The darkness didn't swallow Rayan instantly. It unfolded around him, layer by thick layer, like ink blooming in water. The air grew heavier until every breath felt like inhaling cold smoke. When the darkness finally settled, shapes began forming within it, faint outlines pulsing like veins of shadow. At first, he thought his eyes were adjusting, but then he realized the shadows were moving on their own, slithering in slow, serpentine motions. Somewhere behind him, the hollow Rayan dragged its foot, the sound scraping against the ground like metal on stone. The slow, dragging rhythm echoed through the emptiness, bouncing back from unseen walls. The real Rayan felt the sound vibrating inside his ribs. He forced himself to turn. The hollow version wasn't walking anymore. It was floating. Its feet hung limp, inches above the ground, head tilting in unnatural angles as its limbs dangled like a broken marionette. And behind it, countless thin threads stretched backward into the darkness, as if someone or something was pulling the strings. A soft whisper drifted from above, not from one voice, but from dozens layered on top of each other. They murmured fragments of sentences, some in Rayan's voice, some in voices he had forgotten years ago, and some that belonged to no human at all. He remembers nothing. Pull him deeper. The door is not open yet. The forest wants him back. The ground trembled violently. Dust particles rose and swirled. Something massive shifted in the darkness, too large to comprehend, its movements slow and deliberate. A faint orange glow flickered far in the distance, pulsing like a buried ember struggling to stay alive. The flicker illuminated the colossal shape for just a moment, a spine-like ridge curving across the black horizon, arching upward like the back of a creature half buried in the earth. Rayan forced himself backward, hands shaking, legs refusing to move. His footsteps made no sound now. The ground absorbed everything. No echo. No feedback. It was like walking on the surface of a dream. The hollow version twitched again. Its jaw cracked open wider than its skull should allow, splitting downward like a rotten log. A low, vibrating hum buzzed from its mouth, the frequency so deep it made Rayan's stomach churn. Its face convulsed as if something inside was trying to push outward. Rayan screamed at it, "What do you want from me?" But his voice didn't travel far. The darkness swallowed the sound instantly, like it had been waiting for something to eat. The orange ember ahead brightened suddenly. A warm light washed over a small part of the dark landscape, revealing a ground covered in what looked like dried roots, except they weren't roots. Rayan froze in horror. They were bones. Long, twisted bones tangled together like a nest. Hundreds of them. Thousands of them, some cracked, some sharpened, some still attached to full skeletons fused into the earth. And among them, faint traces of movement, as if some still had life left inside. One skeleton's fingers twitched. Another turned its head slowly, vertebrae grinding. A third opened its jaw and let out a faint gasp that echoed weakly across the field. Rayan stumbled backward, panting, tears forming in his eyes. No, this isn't real," he whispered, even though deep inside, he already knew it was. He recognized some of the bodies, distorted faces that he had only seen for seconds when running through the forest earlier. The forest hadn't just trapped people, it devoured them. And whatever built this labyrinth used their remains as building material. The hollow Rayan glided past him, descending toward the bone field as if drawn by an invisible command. Its arms stretched outward, fingers elongating until they brushed the tops of the skulls. Each skull it touched glowed faintly, illuminating memories Rayan had buried. The night he first got lost in the woods, the whisper that called his name when nobody was around, the shadow he saw behind him that didn't belong to anything, the moment he ran when he should have never run. The memories hit him like cold water. They weren't visions. They were pieces of the world trying to remind him of something he had forced himself to forget. The sky split open again, but this time not with light, but with hands. Dozens of enormous shadowy hands reached through the clouds, stretching like tendrils of smoke, their fingers so long they curled around the broken horizon. They grabbed hold of the ruins of the city above, dragging it downward slowly, as if reality itself was being peeled away. Wind roared, dust spiraled, bones rattled, shadows screamed. Rayan felt the world bending around him, reshaping like some ancient beast exhaling in its sleep. The ground beneath him rippled like disturbed water, sending waves of bone and soil rolling in all directions. The colossal shape in the distance heaved upward once more, and this time its full head emerged. Towering, eyeless, covered in writhing roots that pulsed like veins. Its mouth was a vertical slit that slowly widened, revealing rows of teeth shaped like broken stone pillars. And then he heard it. Not a whisper, not a moan, not the voice of the hollow Rayan, but a voice deeper than everything around him. A voice that sounded like the foundation of the world breathing. Come back. The voice didn't speak to his ears. It spoke to his memory, his fear, his bones. Rayan collapsed to his knees, trembling uncontrollably. The darkness didn't hide the truth anymore. It revealed it. He had never escaped anything. Not the forest, not the city, not himself. He had been walking in circles inside the belly of something ancient, patient, and endless. The hollow Rayan slowly turned toward him again, lifting its face, skin stretching tight over bone like wet cloth. It pointed at the creature rising in the distance. You were chosen before your first breath, it whispered, voice breaking like glass. You are not lost. You are being returned. Rayan shook his head violently, screaming, "Return to what?" But the answer came not from the hollow version, but from the colossal creature itself. Its mouth widened. The world collapsed, and the darkness swallowed everything.